K6MYC 222 Bozo Net, just about ready to kick off here, beaming to the west. I think maybe KW6S is on vacation.
K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, lo and behold, he's not on vacation. He just must have slept through the weekend. Good evening, Tom.
Well, very good, Mike. Well, no, I didn't actually sleep very much over the weekend. I did a contest this weekend, one of your favorites. It was an FT8 contest, and 48-hour one, and so I spent quite a bit of time on the radio, but I was kind of beat last night.
Yeah, well, I wondered because we had talked about getting on for a few minutes on the 220 band and then 432 on Saturday night, but I didn't see you. We needed you on 220, and we certainly needed you and Lee on 432, but heard nothing from your area over there. Anyway, it wasn't a very big contest turnout. I probably worked 12, and I probably won the state. Over.
Yeah, I had kind of forgotten about that, and then you'd mentioned it, and I thought the contest I was going to work was a 24-hour, which would get me finished up 5 o'clock on Saturday, and I thought, oh yeah, well then I can jump over. But it turns out it was a 48-hour one, and so I made the push.
Yeah, well that's okay. Did you do good in the contest?
Well, it's kind of a struggle, but yeah, I think I probably did okay. I haven't got it into my program that'll calculate my score yet, so I don't really know how well I did, but about 50% more contacts than I did last time, so we'll wait and see how I did.
Yeah, well, that sounds pretty reasonable. Okay, well, anyway, we were there and looking for people. A lot of people that thought they might be able to make it didn't show up. A lot of people just forgot. A lot of people slept through it. So it was not very highly motivational from the standpoint of people getting on the contest, even though it was an ARRL contest. And I think with all the stuff that's going on in the world, we've lost the edge, particularly out here on the West Coast, for contesting, that particularly in the VHF world. And these frequencies, I think I worked 4 or 5 people on 222. You know, or we'll normally work 20 here when we have the net. So where's all the others? Who knows? Anyway, never mind. Anyway, good to hear you this evening, and we'll certainly look for you over on 6. 6 was open yesterday to the East Coast. I don't know if you caught that, but I don't know if it was open today. I was going to listen, and I totally forgot about it. So there you are. Judy just walked in, so she's getting ready, and you're the only one so far that showed up here for 222. Let's take a standby. KW6S, 610 in Santa Cruz, and K6MYC operating the 222 Bozo Net here, looking toward the Bay Area. Anybody? Okay, pretty quiet out there in Radio Land. I heard somebody there. Was you, Fred? Try it again. You're very, very light. I'm just barely detecting you. Over. I think that's you, Fred, but something's really wrong. You're so far down. I'm getting voice inflections, and that's the only way I'm determining that it might be you. It sounds like your voice pattern, Fred. So I'm not sure what's wrong there, but boy, it's weak. I think I'm pointed right, and I can move around a little bit. Give me a little bit longer transmission. Maybe something's gone haywire here, Fred. Over.
Try pointing to where you usually point, Mike. Are you in the barn or are you in the house?
Yeah, I'm copying you now, Fred, but I'm off 10 degrees here. Has your antenna been moved or are you fixed?
I'm fixed, and I've always
Okay, so maybe I've lost calibration here. I'll keep an eye on it, but boy, it's weak. You're about Q4. I'm getting some parts of you at Q5, and let me give Judy your call sign and number. It's KD6SOK, and then his number is 507 Fred. Okay, Fred. Well, let's see if we get anybody else in here, and then I can judge to see how good conditions are here. So if you can stick around for a couple of minutes so we get a comparison. And then I can also find out if maybe the antenna's blown off or something here. KD6SOK Cupertino, K6MYC, final, go ahead, Fred.
Okay, you came up that time. You came up to about 10 overnight, so the data and the conditions were going up and down, and I forgot, I just realized I forgot about Saturday. I remember you were saying it was at 10:30 on 222. I completely forgot about it, so sorry about that.
Yeah, boy, you started out strong, came up real nice, and then you just faded right down out of my passband. I couldn't hear whether you even finished it, so I'm assuming you finished. But the band is partly at fault here with a very rapid QSB and very severe QSB. All right, let's see if we have anybody else in the Bay Area there, Fred. Good evening to you. KD6SOK, and if you can, maybe later get on 6 meters. I'm pretty sure you have 6-meter antenna up in the air. About 8:30 or so, we'll be around on 2 meters. I mean on 6 meters. KD6SOK, K6MYC 222 Bozo Net, looking for other check-ins in the Bay Area or anywhere.
WB6JNN, Willie Baker 6, Juliet, November.
And your number? And your number, Jim?
Oh, I'm sorry, 285.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, booming signal, so I don't know what's going on with Fred. 285. Yeah, 285. I don't know what's going on with Fred. He's really weak tonight, and you're booming in here, so it's not all band conditions, I don't think. I think something's wrong. Maybe Fred doesn't have the amp on or something isn't making power or something. In any case, you're good copy. I wonder if you got any flights in today. Was it a little bit cooler or was it about the same? You probably should have been about 90 today, over.
Yeah, I don't know. I was not home. I have somebody staying on Mondays with my wife so I can get out and do things that she can't do. So I went down to the Santa Cruz area, down to Henry Cowell Redwood Park, and got my state hang tag for the state parks and all that. They have it down there. We don't have anybody in the Bay Area, believe it or not, that can sell those to you. I'm surprised at that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Of course, we don't have too many state parks also in the San Jose area, so that's the other factor, I guess. But anyway, yeah, you're S9, but you started out at S4. So when you swung your beam on SOK, you came way up. WB6JNN.
Yeah, well, that would be understandable. This is a very narrow pattern, And when I was pointed toward Tom in Santa Cruz, I was at 272 or 275. And then I went up and I had to go all the way to 290 for Fred, but I've got you in the same place, so I don't know quite what to think about it. I'll listen for a few others, but you're quite loud here at 288 to 290. I think I'm 290. Let's see. Let me read it again. 29. I can't read the last number. 29 something one. I think it's 291. Okay. Anyway, okay on your daily activity there and all. But you're sure sounding good here this evening. I'm sorry we didn't catch you and you didn't remember the thing on Saturday, but no biggies. We'll live with it. It's not the end of the world, that's for sure. Let's see if we got anybody else in the Bay Area. There should be 2 or 3 others there. K6MYC 222 Bozo Net looking for check-ins in the Bay Area.
Anybody else in the Bay Area? WB6JNN. Nothing heard.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either, so it's a little light tonight again. Boy, that band said all this week it's been light. I'm not sure whether it's the Israeli conflict or all the Kamala Harris stuff that's going on or whatever, but something's got people doing other things here.
The Olympics.
Who was that?
The Olympics.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's probably what it is more than anything. I shouldn't blame it on the other things. The Olympics started out wrong, and I haven't had even the thought in my mind to even listen to it. I would like to catch the gymnastics. We used to always watch the gymnastics on the Olympics, and I'm not sure if that's come up yet or not. I might try to keep track of it enough to find out if when the gymnastics are going to be on. I like men's and women's gymnastics. Of course, I was a gymnast, so I have a special affinity and a more than average knowledge of gymnastics than for that sport. So anyway, maybe I'll catch that. Thank you, Jim. One more try for anybody else in the Bay Area, please. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net 222, over. Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to take the moment here and just recalibrate my receiver about 5 points. I think that may be part of it. Okay, there we go. One more call. I didn't change anything, but one more call to the Bay Area for 222 Bozo check-ins, please. I don't know where WA6AXS is. He's been very, very intermittent here, but I think he said something about getting movers involved in putting his furniture and his house back together. I didn't know he did such a monster job on rebuilding the house or refurbishing the house. I thought he was just doing one upstairs room, but it sounded like maybe the project got out of hand and he had movers in there yesterday moving everything back in. Maybe he is, I know his wife is not able to help him with that, so maybe it was couches and stuff, but he didn't have anybody up there to give him a hand, so they probably had to hire some people. Okay. Let's go on up. I don't think we're going to have N6RO yet because he can't get his, he hasn't got his feed lines hooked up on 220, but I'll make the call anyway. 222 Bozo Net beaming towards Oakley and Clear Lake. Oakley, Clear Lake, K6MYC. Anybody on 222 tonight, over? Okay, pretty quiet there. I don't expect anybody. Let me go on up to Sacramento here. Here's West and South Sacramento. KJ6 Whiskey Foxtrot Bravo, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, I should say. KJ6 KFB, K6MYC. Let's see if I can hear your peanut whistle there, Darren, over. so let me go up and catch Bill. Up to you, Bill. I may have overshot slightly. K06KD, K6MYC, over. K06KD, K06KD, K6MYC, over. We're going to have a rapid night here on 222, I'll tell you. I'm 15 minutes early going to Nevada. K06KD. K06KD. Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta. K06KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta. He's not sleeping well. Maybe he's taking a little nap here. KJ6KFB. Bill's usually in there on 222 with a good signal. I'm surprised he's not there tonight. I worked him today on 40. Well, I know it's early, but I might just have to go up to Nevada. Let me just point a little bit further north and see if there's anybody. K6 Whiskey India Sugar is out of town this week. He will not be on. He's on a field trip, working in the field all week. So I don't know who else we might have. We could have a surprise visit from K1YQP. K1YQP or KE6I Lex. Anybody on 222 Bozo Net, over? Sacramento, K06KD. Let me move the antenna back a little bit and see if you wake up there, Bill. Go back to here. Something in this area, either KJ6KFB or K06KD, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 222. Calling and listening. Maybe something really exciting is on the Olympics. Go to Nevada this early, we're not going to have anybody in here. They're not even going to be tuned here unless they're watching the live stream. I thought we might have K6 Mexico, Italy. He's back from the hill. But so far, no John tonight. All right, I'm going to give up on this one and go to Nevada. Nevada, coming up to Nevada. Hopefully I'm pointed correct or more or less correct for Nevada. KE7UQL. I may not be pointed perfectly, but I can optimize on you as quickly as I can, Daniel. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, KE7UQL. 272 K6MYC, Bozo Net 222, calling and listening.
K6MYC, K6MYC, here is 272 KE7UQL, over.
Wonderful, and pretty good signal too, pretty darn good signal. I must be pointed pretty close to you there. Good to hear you, and thank you. I'm very early. You're only the only check-in number 4 here, Daniel, so it's very, very light tonight, almost as light as it was on Saturday. Hi. K7UQL, take a transmission, and maybe we get... Larry said he would try to be in here, so maybe he'll be here also. KE7UQL with a next try for Larry, K6MYC. Go ahead, Daniel.
Roger. Yes, I remembered to turn on the amplifier tonight. Remembered to reach over there and flip the switch. And I wanted to tell you, I read the rules for the 222 and up contest. You know, there's no power breakdown. There's no high power, no low power, or QRP. It's all one class for the contest, over.
I think I got most of that. I think you had something in the amplifier. You said you got the amplifier back running. I think when in the contest you only had 20 watts. How much power are you running tonight, over?
Well, I should be up around 80. Yeah, during the contest, I forgot to turn it on. I made a 20-watt contact with you during the contest, over.
Yeah, and how much do you have tonight?
Tonight's about 80, because I'd have to drive it with 25 to reach over 100.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, you're doing fine at 80 watts. I don't think you should have to mess with it at all. But still, we did work you in the contest. You weren't your normal strength, and I think I made comment to that effect. I thought the band was really terrible that night, but most of it probably was the missing 6 dB there. Hi. Anyway, let me shoot it to you again, Daniel, and we can try for Larry. KE7UQL with N7 Whiskey Tango, hopefully, K6MYC.
Okay, Roger. We'll wake up that Larry. He'll wake up and get on the radio here. What you missed was that I said the rules for the 222 contest don't have a high power, low power, or QRP breakdown. It's all one power level for the contest, over.
Well, that's a good one. I like that because I would wish that most everybody would put a little bit more power on 222. For some reason, and I don't know why, but John K6MI and DMO5 was only running 5 watts, and I thought he had more power. I thought he had more power than that, and of course it might have been better if he had 50 or 100 watts like you had. I would have made more effort to get him to turn up your way. If he was bodacious at my place, you guys probably could have turned toward each other and worked each other. Of course, you was the bad guy on that one because you didn't have your amp on. Hi. All right, let's see if Larry's in there. Larry, are you going to wake up for us? N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net at 222. Oh, go ahead, Larry. I don't hear him, Daniel. How about you?
No, it's quiet up this way, but I will be on 1296 tomorrow. I'm anxious to try out this new length of LMR 600 cable, over.
Okay, I missed a little bit of that. I don't have the Bluetooth in, and you went through some funny little flutter fading. But I'll be on 1296 tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to working you, and I'll try to be there at 8:05 local time and see if that we can make it there. We've been doing pretty reliably lately. Your 1296 signal has been quite consistent lately. Okay, we'll try one more time for Larry, and then we'll probably give it away and take a break for a few minutes. It's too early to go to 6. It isn't even 8 o'clock yet. We don't usually get over on 6 until about 8:15. I thought Ken might be in here, K6 WA6OIB. He sometimes joins us, as you know, on 222, but he was here today. He visited. He was here with one of the guys, another bozo from Twainhart, WB6GGY, and his wife Barbara showed up, and Ken brought him over. So Ken and GGY and Barbara and Judy and myself sat around and rag chewed for about an hour and a half. I took Phil. I took Phil around the property a little bit around the barn area, just showed him the ham shacks and stuff like that. He's pretty blind. He's as bad as I am or worse. So he couldn't see too much, but he got a general feel for it, I think. Anyway, we had a good time chatting, and Judy and Barbara, his wife, got along just fine, both experiencing in one way or the other being partners to a ham, and a very active ham at that. Anyway, we were also lamenting about how old it was and how bad it is to get old. Anyway, I'll say 70 trees to you, Daniel, and I don't think you have 6 meters up, but if you do, I'll look for you on 6 at about 8:15. 8:15, we'll get over on 6. The antenna's already pointed at you, and hopefully Larry will be in there as well. KE7UQL, K6MYC, Bozo Net 222.
226 is here.
Oh, there you are. Go ahead, Ken, and say hello to Daniel up there.
Yeah, good evening, Daniel. Good evening, Mike. WA60IB 226 is here. And Ralph checked in as well down the band. I just got back from there. WA60IB.
Okay, very good. Are you pointed up toward Daniel?
Yes, I am. Hi, Daniel. WA60IB. Hello, Ken. KE7UQL here. You're sounding good tonight. Daniel. WA60IB. Roger, thank you. Please relay to Mike that I'm going to try a new piece of LMR 600 between my transverter and my antenna on 1296, over. Oh, did you catch that, Mike? Mike, Daniel's going to put a new piece of LMR 600 for his 1200 setup there. So, look alive.
Yeah, you might bring it back up on frequency, Ken. I missed a little bit of that, and I was talking to Judy just for a second, so I had you turned off when you were talking to Daniel. Give me a repeat on Phil and his 1296 comment.
Daniel said he's going to try a new piece of LMR 600 for his 1296 setup.
I'm sorry, Ken. It must be my ears. I didn't understand. You said something about 600 and Daniel and the 1296 setup. Oh, was he talking about my setup?
He asked me to relay that to you. Putting in a new piece of LMR 600, so I guess he's going to be looking alive on 1200.
Okay. Are you talking about the 600-watt amp that I showed him in my shack, or is that what you're referring to, the 600?
I'm talking about Daniel. That was Daniel. I didn't say anything about Phil.
Oh, what did Daniel say about 600?
That's what I just said. He's using it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Daniel, is this something new or what?
No, I don't think Daniel has 600 watts on 1296. What's your power level on 1296 these days, Daniel? Over.
LMR 600. He's going to put a new piece of LMR 600. That's what he wanted to tell you.
Oh, LMR 600. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, your audio is so boisterous here. It's just distorting to me. You're so loud. And I'm having real trouble. Everything else, I've been comping in the speaker okay tonight, but I'm just struggling with you because you're so loud. You may have the gain a little too high. You sound like the audio is just a little too hot, Ken. It's just maybe my ears, but that's why I'm struggling. Anyway, I understand now, and we'll be looking forward to working, Daniel, with that better lower loss LMR 600 in the feed line on 1296. Thank you for that.
Yep, that's what he wanted to tell you. That's what I've been trying to say. So, okay. All right. Mission accomplished, Daniel. KE7UQL, WA60IB.
Thank you very much, Ken, WA6OIB and K6MYC. This is KE7UQL 73, and good night.
Yeah, very good, 7-3, Danielle. Thank you very much. And I think maybe the problem, Ken, was that may have had the noise blanker on, which, of course, on a very strong signal was distorting a little bit. I can't tell whether it's on or off on Danielle's signal, so I flipped it both ways, and I didn't hear any difference, but this might be better now. Okay, anyway, we only got 5 check-ins tonight with you being the number 5, Ken, so it's a very dismal night here. Very dismal. I may go back to Sacramento. We got a couple of minutes before we go over to 6. I may go back. I didn't get Bill or anybody else in Sacramento. And, of course, N6RO hasn't got his feed lines hooked up yet. And we only got 2 guys out of the Bay Area on 222. So, and we did work Tom, KW6S. So it was a very, very slow night here, over.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Well, I was hoping to get more guys out of the Bay Area, but with PQL gone, you lost him too, so on and on it goes. Okay, well, I'm here, WA6OIB.
Okay, I'm going back to Sacramento. Maybe we can wake Bill up there. Here we go. Okay, somewhere around in here, Bill. KO6KD, KO6KD or KJ6KFB, both in Sacramento here. KO6KD, K6MYC, Bozo Net 222 with WA6OIB helping.
Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Ken. KO6KD, number 776, checking in. Over.
Yeah, there you are. Okay, got you now. KO6KD 776. We called you earlier, but I guess you were watching TV or sleeping or something. Anyway, Ken's here. Let me shoot it over to Ken, and then we'll see if you have heard from Darren. I called Darren, but I haven't heard Darren now for a couple of weeks on 222. WA6OIB in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Well, good evening, Bill. Good to hear you. By the way, Bill, Gwen has tested 2 days now negative for COVID now, so she's gone through it, and she's feeling much, much better. KO6KD, WA6OIB.
Oh, wonderful. WA6OIB, here's KO6KD. That's wonderful news. That's great. Hey, you have not come down with it, so not only is she feeling much better, you are still okay, so maybe you'll be able to go take that trip like you guys have been planning for. So, wonderful news. Thank you for the update. I'm glad to hear that. That's excellent news. And Mike, I've been listening here since 7:30, and I never heard you, so I don't know. I was here and just showing static, but I hear you now. So, all right, I've checked in. I have not heard Darren today, so I don't know if he's out here or not. But I'll go ahead and say 7-3 on 220, and I'll be listening for you guys over on 6 meters here in a few minutes.
Okay, very good. Well, I don't know how we missed you. I called and called. I made several calls, both for you and Bill. You and Darren, and I went back and forth with the antenna 3 or 4 times, so I made at least 4 calls, maybe more. And then I moved the antenna up a little bit north and looked for I mentioned that K6WIS would not be in. I made that transmission just as a general transmission, still pointed at you. He's on a field trip this week, and he will not be in all week long, so we will not hear K6WIS this week. But then I also looked for KE6ILX. I stood by for him. He was not there either. And I stood by for K1YQP and said that I would probably fall over and collapse in shock if Fred showed up. I don't know what has happened to Fred. He's completely dropped out. I don't know if he's on any other bands or activity or whatever. He's been very, very quiet now for about 3 or 4 months. I think it's a health issue, but I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see if Darren's in there. Darren, KJ6KFB, any copy? K6MYC, Bozo Net. hear the whistle, and I'm moving the antenna a little bit your way. Give me a little more chatter, over.
Okay, well, I'll give you my whistle because that seems to be something you might be able to actually hear above and beyond my voice.
Tell me again, Darren, I'm not copying well enough. Is that you whistling, Darren, over?
USL!
Okay, well, we're copying you pretty well. You're doing pretty well for 6 or 8 watts, so I can't complain. Nice to have you in here. Sorry we didn't hear you over the weekend on Saturday. Both you and Bill slept through that, I guess. Anyway, no worries. We didn't get any. Well, we did get one Charlie Mike 98, but that was from Paul in Placerville there. All right, very good, Darren. Thanks so much. We're going to go over to 6 meters now. We'll go over on 6, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes here on 6 meters. Thank you, Darren. KJ6, KFB, 756, 73, K6MYC.
I don't know how you say you missed that I slept through it.
756, US flight.
Okay, and who was the other station talking?
And I think I heard Fred during the
Got Bill still in there.
so I'm not sure, but I thought I heard him working other people. So, all right. Anyway, 73 is moving to 6 meters, KO6KD.
Who did you say you heard, Fred?
Anyway, I was here on Saturday. I did not sleep through the contest, and I'm pretty sure I heard him on 220. I may have actually heard him on 223 500 FM. Working somebody, so but that's fine.
No, I made a mistake. You were here, but Darren wasn't. And it was such light traffic, I just made the assumption and misspoke. Bill, I knew you were there. Were you referring to the other station that you were referring to? I don't know who you were talking about, that you'd worked him on this and that and the other thing. So were you referring to Fred or who, over?
Yes. I thought I heard Fred calling CQ and working some other people. I did not work him, but I thought I heard him calling others. Specifically, I thought I was on 223 500 FM.
Oh, okay, so Fred was up on FM. We are talking about K1YQP, right?
I believe that's who it was, yeah, because I heard him say the name Fred, and I'm pretty sure that's the call sign, over.
Okay. Well, there's 2 Freds that have 222 capability that I know of right now. One of them is KD6SOK, and he definitely was not on because he told me he didn't make it. When I worked him on Sunday night on 2 meters, he said he'd forgot it. So it must have been the other Fred, must have been K1YQP. Now, why he isn't getting over on sideband, I don't know.
That's a very good question. I've made a mental note, and if I hear him again on the 222 calling frequency on FM, I will purposely ask him. I'll call him back and ask him what's up.
Yeah, maybe he's got broken radios for 222. Maybe the transverter's not working or something. There's got to be a reason. All right, thanks for the help. Maybe you can get him on FM and stoke him up a little bit, and maybe we can help him get whatever he's got that's broken. Maybe we can help him get it going again. Thank you, Bill. KO6KD, over to you for any final. I think Ken's already gone to 6 meters, K6MYC.
Okay, very good. That's it here. I'll see you on 6 meters in a few moments. KO6KD.
Roger, see you in 6. K6MYC. I'm going to go back to the Bay Area quickly. Here we go. Okay, Bay Area. Here I'm on 6 already. Bay Area, Bozo Net. Last call. Late checks and missed on 222. Anybody here? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 222. Okay, nothing heard. I'll stand by here, but we're going to go over to 6 meters, 50.140. Here we go.
KE7UQL, KE7UQL, WA60IB. Yeah, hi Richard, KD6BQ, WA60IB. Very good, got your 249.
Yeah, good evening, Ken. WA60IB, KD6BQ. Got a good signal in here this evening.
Yeah, good evening to you there, KD6BQ, WA60IB. Roger, roger. Everything going all right up there?
Nice signal, Rich.
Yeah, not too much going on. I'm in recovery mode. I missed the net last night because I was doing prep for the fun test today.
Yeah, okay. I guess you're, Mike, you're in there. I think I heard you. K6MYC, K86BQ checked in, WA60IB.
Yeah, I'm hearing Richard, but he's off frequency a little bit here. We got you. I understand about sleeping. I guess you said you slept through the net last night, Richard, over?
Negative. I wish. I had my, the old doctor probing both ends today, so I had yesterday, last night was the preparation day for the colonoscopy. That's the worst part of the test, as you know.
Okay, did you get that, Ken? He's so warbly it's distorted here, I couldn't get it.
Yeah, he was doing a colonoscopy prep, so we have to excuse him.
Well, okay. I hope everything came out okay. That's a good excuse, Richard. I moved frequency a little bit to tune you in, and I still couldn't copy, so that's why I'm off frequency here a little bit. Let me get back where I should be. You were up about 60 or 70 hertz from where you should be there. Anyway, thanks very much for checking in here. And sorry we missed you over the weekend. We were on 432, and we did work Daniel on that Saturday night thing, but you may have forgotten that, or maybe you were in the middle of preparations for the preparations. KD6BQ for your final, and then we'll get over to Daniel and perhaps Larry, K6MYC.
Yeah, the signal perked up. No, I was there. I was there with Daniel calling on CW, but I guess I wasn't making it. You were pretty weak.
Yeah, I didn't hear your CW, and of course I would have been tuned up for that. I would have been listening for you on CW. Conditions were really poor, I thought, on both 222 and 432. So sorry we missed you. Thanks for trying to be there. We made about 12 or 13 contacts overall on all three bands. It was pathetic. And I got more contacts than most others. So it was a pretty dismal contest from the standpoint of participation. Anyway, thank you. Let's see if Larry's in there. Larry, are you here? N6 whiskey to N7 whiskey tango. Get this voice working here. N7 whiskey tango, K6MYC.
7-2.
We got you, Frank. I don't hear Daniel. I don't hear Larry in there, so let's go over and see if Daniel is here. Daniel, I don't know if he's got 6 meters in the air or not. Sometimes he surprises me. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Any antenna there on the air, Daniel? Nothing heard from Daniel. Okay. Ken, you're here. You want to make a call and see if anybody's maybe in the Fresno area. We haven't heard Ben, WB6GBS for a while. We haven't heard KC5DTU, and a couple of other regulars very much lately here on 6. So maybe we can get them in here. K6MYC over to WA60IB.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I heard a little bit of CW in there, so that may have been Richard checking out. But anyway, I heard a little bit of CW, and then you covered it up, so I didn't see it. It was 2 weeks, so maybe it was Daniel trying to check in on CW on lower power. I don't know. WA60IB, is that you checking in on CW, Daniel?
No, that's Redding.
On CW?
Yes. KD6 Sugar Whiskey.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Good evening, Aaron, I should say. I just moved the antenna toward Redding. Let me call for Redding and see if we can hear your CW again there. Redding. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW. Give us some more signal, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC and the gang calling on 6-meter Bozo Net, standing by, over.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't hear Pete. I wonder to see. Phil, GGY gets on 6 here. Doesn't he check in sometime? So there they are. There's Phil and Bill. WB6GGY. Quick question for you, Phil. On your 3636 contact, is that going to be tonight at 10:30? Over? Okay, yeah, I will join you guys then. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I wrote it down, but I forgot whether it was 10:30 a.m. or p.m., so I should have wrote 22:30. Okay, and good evening to Bill there, WA60IB.
The 694 W6TBS.
Okay, well, you got a pretty good signal here, Bill. KO6KD, WA60IB. And good evening to Ben there. So, Mike, you guys are really right in the way there. They're checking in like crazy.
I got everybody, but I can't hear Bill or Phil because I got that damn solar noise tonight. I hear you, Merle. Stand by.
So say that again, Bill. You were covered up. Okay, 776. Yeah, very good, Bill. Yeah, Bill's noise has gone a little bit, so he can hear a little better now. And you heard Merle in there, I guess, Mike.
I heard Merle, yes. I got Merle. We got him, and I'll get him up in a second. I could copy Merle.
Yeah, me too. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not hearing you, Phil. I don't know why you're so weak. Maybe you're trying to run barefoot, Phil, but I can't copy you without the amp on.
Okay, no, I got the amp going. Sorry. I was just tuning up at the time I was called there. WB6GGY.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, good evening to you, and thank you for getting Barbara to stop by and see us today. We really enjoyed it. Judy really enjoyed it.
Oh, very, very much. Enjoyed meeting you, and I love talking with Barbara.
Well, certainly enjoyed the hospitality. So thank you guys very, very much. And of course, that goes for you and your wife there, Ken. A very pleasant day today. We really enjoyed ourselves.
Ken may have had to quit. I think it's 7:30. He can't transmit past 7:30 because Gwen's watching something.
Roger, we copy.
Okay, very good. Anyway, good to hear you. We got you logged in here, WB6GGY. And then I'll get over to Merle in, I think Merle's in Modesto or Merced. I can never keep it straight. Merle, pick it up, KO6DHI. Give me Merle's number again.
1134.
Yeah, 1134. You could say it, Merle, and confirm it. K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
759.
Hey, good evening. Mike Judy. Yes, Bozo 1134, and I am in Modesto. So, yeah.
I hear you, John.
Conditions are good tonight. I'm really hearing you even better than I normally do. And so, I really can't complain on that there. Hopefully, I'm making a little better trip tonight than I have been.
You're doing fine, and that's even with my noise. I got terrible power line noise or solar noise in here at the moment, so it's not very good. We also got to pull in. Hang on a second, Merle. Let me fill in John. KR6MR. A little bit late for the party, but we haven't moved the antenna, John, so it's going to work just fine. KR6MR 759. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Good evening. KR6MR Bozo 759. Also, Mike, KB6WFC is mobile in Grass Valley. He is trying to contact you. Over.
Okay, well, I probably won't be able to hear him with my noise, but we'll check Mike in. So why don't you give him a call right now and tell him he is checked in, over?
Roger, roger. KB6WFC, KR6MR. Just fine, Mike. Talk to Mike. You're checked in on the net. He probably can't hear you due to his high noise levels.
Okay.
Roger.
766.
766. Who was the other one?
766.
7-something 6. Try it again. Just give us more audio. Whether you're very loud, but I didn't get the call.
WA6BZM 766.
Okay, WA6 Bravo Zulu Mexico. WA6BZM, you're a new one for me. I think at least new for a while. 766. You got him written in there. And good evening to you. My name is Mike.
Gwen Holden.
What's the name?
Gwen Holden.
Gwen. Oh, Gwen. I'm sorry. Didn't recognize your voice. You must be a leftover from the COVID, Gwen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, Mike. This is WA6BZM, very zealous mother, and it's 766. You got that? And despite the heat around here, we did have a pretty sunset tonight in Clovis.
Yeah, very good, very good. And let me give it to Judy here for a second.
So happy to hear your voice, and you sound wonderful. Congratulations to be feeling well again.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful, believe me, to be feeling well again. Yeah, it was a week and a half or so of not feeling great, but now I'm certainly on the mend. Thanks, Judy.
Okay, very good, Gwen. Nice to hear you, and I hope you and Ken have a very enjoyable, uneventful in the sense of health issues or anything else like that. A very successful and enjoyable trip when you go to Europe there, over.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we're really looking forward to this, kind of a trip of a lifetime. So thanks so much. You guys have a nice evening, and this is WA6BZM.
Thank you very much. WA6 Victor Zulu, Mexico. Very zealous mother. And thank you so much, Gwen. It surprised me when you came in. You were so strong, I didn't recognize the voice there. All right, let's see. Merle, don't give up on me. Let me see. John, anything further from you, John, before we let you go and come back to Merle and Modesto there? Over. John?
No, Mike, that's all I've got for this evening. I got to get back down to the house. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow night on 1296 KR6MR.
Yeah, well, we got our fingers crossed that we'll have that little bump in propagation and make a contact with you. We'll be there. We'll be trying. And so good luck tomorrow night. It's going to be warm. We're still banging around in the low hundreds, but still, we'll have the air conditioning on out there, so it shouldn't be too bad. Thanks, John. And Merle, back over to you, and you're sounding good tonight. I have not heard N5 PDM, N5 NPD, I should say. I haven't heard Brett tonight. Over to you, Merle. KO6DHI, K6MYC.
756.
Oh, Roger. He should be...
I hear 756. Also, stand by.
I am texting with him right now, but he should be jumping in there pretty quick. Yeah, I took my desk mic out of line, and I'm using the factory stock hand mic right now. I seem to get a little better response here with it for some reason, so I thought I'd give it a try tonight, and if it's working good, I guess I'm going to stick with it for a while. Back to you.
Unfortunately, I had to turn the audio down for just a second. Merle, I missed that. Damn it. We're not doing good with you tonight, timing-wise. You said you were texting back and forth from with Brett, and that's all I got. Go ahead.
Roger. Yeah, just saying, I took my desk mic out of line, and I went over to my stock microphone for this DX10, and evidently I think it's doing a little bit better with this than it was with the desk mic.
Yeah, no, I like the sound of the mic. It sounds very clean, very easy copy. The only reason I missed what you said was I had to turn the audio down because Judy and I were answering questions back and forth on other people that had checked in at the same time you did there. I was trying to get two things done at once, and I had to turn you down for just a second, but we got it now. No, it sounded good, and the radios, you're doing a good job. Appreciate your effort. Each time you come in, you're doing a little bit better than the last time, so that's the name of the game here. And you know I like that. Keep changing your station, keep upgrading to keep active and keep interested in the hobby. That's very important. I'm having trouble upgrading anymore because I'm so blind I can't see anymore. And so the enjoyment's gone because I have to have other people do my work. And it's sort of enjoyable, but not as good as if I was doing it myself. Anyway, big signal, and if you do connect with Brett, tell him hi if we don't catch him here. 7-3 for now, Merle. KO6DHI. Are you in Modesto, right? K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger, Mike. I am in Modesto, and Brett should be jumping in there, like I said, here before too long, so, when you get more pointed towards him, probably there, so. All righty, well, you and Judy have a fantastic evening, and I will talk to you probably next Monday night, unless I get my sideband 2-meter rig back before before then, which I hope to be nice. So 7-3s, you guys have a great evening. K6MYC, KO6DHY.
Yeah, fine. Is it DHI or DH Yankee? Y for Yankee?
I, India. I don't know why I said Y. I think it's because I was pushing my dog away.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I didn't make a mistake here. Okay, got it, Merle. And thank you much. You have two chances before 6 meters comes up again. Of course, Wednesday night is another 2-meter night. And Wednesday coming, 2 days from now, and then, of course, Sunday night at the end of the week or the beginning of the next week. And then Monday again on 6. So if we don't hear you between now and then, I'll figure you just didn't get your radio back. 7-3, my friend. K6MYC, clear. Now let's see. KJ6KFB, Darren, I got to confirm we've got you in here. You're in the log and quite a good signal, Darren, over.
Kilo, Oscar 6, Delta, Golf Juliet.
756. Okay. I hear another Kilo Oscar 6, and I think I know where you are. You're over toward the Bay Area some more. Let me move the antenna just a little bit. We had you in here the other night. Give me your call a couple of times. It's not your problem. You're plenty strong, but I have some serious solar noise, like power line noise in here, and it's giving me trouble. KO6 question mark, K6MYC, over.
Kilo, Oscar 6, Delta, Golf Juliet. Bozo number 1145.
There you go, 1145, KO6D. TJ, Delta Tango Juliet. Delta Tango Juliet, is that right?
No, sir. It's Kilo, Oscar 6, Delta, Golf, Juliet.
Yeah, well, the noise took you out again. Delta what, Juliet?
Golf, Mike.
Delta Golf, Mexico. Okay, thank you.
Juliet, Delta Golf, Juliet.
I got it, Delta Golf, Juliet.
Well, you said Mexico.
Yeah, I'm out here in Brentwood, so I'm about 30 miles west of Stockton. QSL?
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I'm pointed more your way now. Give me the handle for the log here. Julie was asking what your name is. Over.
John, Juliet, Oscar Hotel, November.
Roger, John, we got y'all. Okay, now you're doing pretty well. It's not your fault. The noise is pulsing and popping here, and it's raising all kinds of hell with my AGC, and so it's making it very difficult to copy through the speaker. But you're doing fine, and a better signal than we had last week from you, so you may have made some improvements, or the band has improved. But thank you again for checking in here on the 6-meter Bozo Net, John.
Yeah, I took my antenna and moved it around, so I made it up higher, and did some adjustments on my radio, so I should be hitting pretty good this evening. I got you, I turned the beam around a little bit more, just to be tinkering around with it. I guess I lost him.
No, I'm not ignoring you. I was moving, or trying to move the antenna, and for some reason, for just an instant, it wouldn't go. I was watching it. I'm kind of blind, so I was not absolutely sure I was seeing the numbers, but the numbers weren't changing. I was trying to move the antenna more on you. I overshot you a little bit. I think this is pretty close, so this should be better for you from my signal. I'm running 1500 out of the amplifier here from a Fox Tango Delta X-Ray 101 Delta, and the antenna is a 9-element M squared at 100 feet on top of the hill here. Over.
Oh, QSL. Yeah, I'm only running 100 watts. I'm running on a Yaesu FT710. QSL?
10, did you say 10 watts or 100 watts from the Yaesu?
100. 100.
100 watts, okay. Again, it's a little QSB, and then this noise is just horrible in there. Well, thank you very much, John. Don't give up. Normally, I do, as the temperatures here go down, as we get more into fall, I'll have perfect copy on you. And of course, you can always make improvements on your station, making it easier for me. But you have enough station there to hear me, to get to me fine. It's just my noise problem here, which I haven't been able to solve yet. It's a neighbor with a very, very bad old solar system that's really noisy, and I look right at it when I'm pointed toward you. 7-3, John. K6MYC clear with KO6 Delta Golf Juliet, K6MYC. Okay, anybody else in this direction for the Bozo Net? K6MYC.
KC5, DTU.
Well, who's here. Hi, Kerry. KC5 Delta Tango United 712. Good evening. And you're pretty much on target about the stock market and the economy starting to collapse. Kerry, over.
1129 as well.
Roger, that's number one. We got one more to go. All I can say is it's happening finally.
Yeah, well, we're not trying to rush it, but it is happening, and of course you kind of predicted this for so many months here. But the stock market sure tanked. We'll probably get a little bounce tomorrow. People will come in and buy back some. The really sophisticated investors do that, and they can usually recover a little bit sometimes. But I think its basic downturn is going to continue. The way we are running the country from an administrative standpoint is very disappointing, and I'm sure people are finally catching on that we're in deep trouble here. Over.
Roger. Well, the Japanese market completely shut down today, and tomorrow I would say what's going to happen with us is it's going to go even deeper, Michael. It's going to dive even more. And also, did you get my email?
No, I didn't. Did you send it to K6MYC, Mike K6MYC at Proton Mail?
Roger. I sent you some. I sent you one yesterday, and I sent you two today. Two yesterday and two today.
Okay, well, we'll look for that. We haven't turned on my computer much today. We were busy with other things, but we'll do that tomorrow or later tonight. Thank you very much for that, Kerry, and I know some of which you are sending. So thank you for what you're forwarding to us here for Judy. Okay. Great to hear you. Don't run away. We'll have a few more comments unless you have to get out of that hot shack there. It's up to you.
I can hang around for a little bit. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner here and see if I can cool it down a little bit.
Okay, very good. We'll hang in there, and we'll come around in your direction in just a minute. Let me just see who else is left in the Bay Area and catch up with any latecomers there. I'm just getting to the Bay Area here. K6MYC Bozo Net beaming the Bay Area for 6-meter check-ins. Over.
AM6SRR number 432. Over.
November 5 Delta 1129 as well.
We heard you there, Brett, and we'll get you. KM6SRR 432. Rob, good evening. Good signal. And Judy's writing N5NPD. 1129. That's Brett over there in Newman. Not Newsom, Newman, Brett. Go ahead.
Oh, you hurt my feelings there calling me Newsom. I'm in shock. Oh, yeah. Very good. Good evening, Mike and Judy. Yeah. Everything's good here. It's 83 degrees in the shack right now, so I'm feeling okay. Over.
Yeah, we're about 83 here. The air conditioning or the swamp cooler set for 78, but in the shack here with the amplifier on, I've got it warmed up. It's probably about 82, 83.
Again.
1129 on his Bozo number, 1129 from Brett there. Okay. Anyway, I guess you got a call or an email from or a text or something from Merle. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, he's been sending me his signal reports and such, so I just usually wait till you get around towards the Bay Area. You're pointing more towards Redding, so although I can get to you really easy, I just wait till you come around here. Over.
Yeah, that's probably better, and I appreciate that. Okay, let me see. I've got Rob. Let me get Rob in here. Rob, good evening to you. Anything new on your side? And I don't know when you came in, Rob. Over.
Oh, I've been here since the beginning, just finishing up dinner and stuff. I want to give a shout out to Kerry, KC5DTU. Long time no hear. Glad to hear him on the radio there. Over.
KM6SRR. Good evening, Rob. Still here and kicking. Good to hear you also. Over.
Roger. I hope the YL is doing better there. Over.
That's affirmative. She's pretty good at giving orders now, and I think she's developing a pretty good short order cook here. Go ahead.
Okay, if she's giving you orders, she must be feeling better. That's good. Good to hear you.
Okay, Rob, 73, KEM 6SR, KC5, DTU.
When do they pull out the steel pins? There'll be another week of Sue of very sore feet when she does that. When are they going to do that?
Let's see, from, I guess we're at the three-week mark now when we go back to find out, Michael, so it should be soon.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully this time she'll never have to worry about the hammer toe problem again. This one should be a good fix, and hopefully it works well for you, for her, and she can walk around normal. What a pain, literally. Okay, let me see. I'm still pointed toward the Bay Area. We're still picking up some strays out of the Bay Area, so let's see who else is in the Bay Area that wants to check in. This is Mike, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net to 6 meters.
KW6S.
Okay, what's your number, Tom?
610.
Okay, great. I make you do that just so Judy doesn't have to ask me, what was his Bozo number again? She's not learning these things. I knew them. I've been doing this for years from you guys, so that's why I know the numbers. And she's still a little hazy on them, but she's got her list now, and she's working that list pretty hard. A printed out list of all the numbers and names. Anyway, good to hear you, and it was nice to hear you on 222 as well. Sorry we missed you on Saturday night, but I understand you were FG8 contesting there. Let's see, we might have Lee in here tonight, so let me see, as long as I've got you, let's take a standby and see if Lee is here. AF6 United, AF6 United near Watsonville. Go ahead, Lee, K6MYC.
AF6 United, the countdown Bozo, 1098. Yes, sir, I am here tonight, and everything is going well here. It's nice and cool, 66 degrees outside. And you folks are actually not too hot over there.
Okay, I'm not ignoring you. My rotator, for some reason, is a little sluggish tonight. What I should do is put the old rotator control box in. It's got more push. This one runs a little bit low on voltage, and we're running about 800 feet of feed line to the rotor. And it needs a little bit more voltage, and the other box I have has more voltage output. So this thing sometimes hesitates. It doesn't move as fast as the other one, and I kept expecting it to go, and it sits there and thinks about it for a minute. Anyway, good. I tried to peek on you a little bit, but your signal's quite a bit down tonight for some reason. Maybe not more than normal, but Tom's very strong in here tonight. Back to you, AF6 United, the Bozo, countdown Bozo, 1098, K6MYC.
K6MYC, AF6 United. Well, like the Bozo I am, I forgot to switch the antenna over to the Moxon, so I was on the wrong antenna all this time. There you go.
This makes it a lot better. I can actually lean back in the chair and relax. Your armchair now.
All right, well, hope you guys aren't sweltering too badly out there. Like I said a little earlier, it's 66 degrees here right now, and nice and cool with the breeze coming through the house. It's quite comfortable.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, we got about 100. I think we went to about 101 today, but I don't think we looked at it all that close. But it was still pretty warm, but we did get in the pool about 3 o'clock, a little after, and then enjoyed that for a few minutes and got out and started to watch our favorite run of channels or programming. So there you are. Good evening to you, Lee. Let me go back, and I'll just go back just a little bit into the Bay Area because we're missing quite a few people in the Bay Area that normally check in on 6 here. And then we'll get on down to the Southern Valley here. and see if I got our friends in Lake Isabella and places like that. 7-3 for now, AF6 United, K6MYC.
WA6.
7-3, AF6 United.
Okay, and there's WA6LIE. Good evening, Scott. WA6 London, India Echo. And that's 618. Go ahead, Lee. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Just catching you before you rotate out back up the Bay Area. Just wanted to check in, say hello, and hope things are well. And you're sounding good tonight, Mike. Over.
Yeah, you're doing fine here. Not as good as you were the other night on 2 meters. Well, I don't know what we had on that path, but you were crushing me here. Huge signal on 2. But plenty of signal here tonight on 6. Are you home or are you going through the... Oh, you're home, I can tell. It's not the remote... doesn't have the remote base sound.
Yeah, QSL, I'm at home tonight using the amplifier and the quad. Over.
Yep, okay. Did you do anything on 6 today?
No, 6 is pretty dead. There was some, kind of local stuff up to Oregon, Washington, Canada. That was about it. That happened early in the morning.
Yeah, understand. Well, the SFI is really high. I keep thinking if we could just get this SFI to stay where it is and get us up into late September, we're going to start to get some really good F2. SFI is over 250. We should get some good long-haul propagation here shortly. Got our fingers crossed for that. Maybe they'll get a few of the guys to come down and work 50.125 for heaven's sakes. Back to you for your final, Scott. WA6LIE, K6MYC.
Hey, very good, Mike. Yeah, it's been hanging up there in the 240 range, so hopefully it'll continue. And yeah, it'd be nice to get some F2. All right, let you go. Get up to the Bay Area. Get all your missing people up there. So 73, have a good evening. Nice talking to you, Mike. WA6LIE. Good.
Same here, Lee. I want to keep calling you Lee because I just finished with Lee. Can't get Lee out of my brain here. Thanks, Scott. 73s, and I'll go back into the Bay Area for one last call here. Okay, this is the Bay Area. One last call for the Bay Area. Anybody left on 6 meters here in the Bay Area? Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
AB6 SR.
I hear you, Stan. Boy, you're not weak. You're not strong on this band. You're booming on 2 meters, but this band you're not as good. But we knew that. AB6 Sugar Radio. You want to repeat your Bozo number, Stan?
80780.
Okay, very good. Yeah, just noisy. I've got noise too on top of everything else, Stan. So it's not going to be very armchairish tonight. But thank you for checking in here on 6 meters. Good evening to you, and go have another sip of Merlot there. We may do that a little bit later. Hi. 73 Stan, AB6 Sugar Radio, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. You're facing a little here too, so I'll keep it short. Not good conditions for me tonight anyway. Okay, I'll let you get off. K6MYC, AB6SR.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's just noisy. It's not pleasant copy. I got you 100%, but not pleasant. It's not what you call armchair copy, so I just as soon keep it short tonight for now. We're getting kind of tired anyway. We've been in here since a little after 7 doing the 220 net. It was really slow on 220, but that makes it even worse sometimes because you spend a lot of time calling and then listening to white noise. Hi. 73 Stan, good evening. K6MYC clear with AB6SR in the Bay Area. Taking another standby for any other check-ins from the Bay Area on 6 meters here, over. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody, so Rob, let's swing her down and see if we can get, I don't know if Rick is going to be in there tonight or not.
Yeah, I forgot to go down there and hang out for a bit, over. get that dummy road put together, Rob? No, I was up on the roof there cleaning out the gutters and cleaning the deck out of all the pine needles and stuff like that. Over.
Oh, that's more important. You betcha.
Yep, that's what I was doing. I guess Gwen's done with the program. Good to have you back. Over. Yeah, she's got one more pill to take tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and then she's done. Roger, sounds good there. Let's see, KB6 RQU. Rick, you on for the 6-meter Bozo Net? Over. KB6 RQU, KM6SR with K6MY and the gang. Standing by.
I'm rotating.
I'm there now, WE60IB.
Oh, you're back. Gwen doesn't have a program tonight?
No, she was out here, and then she's out watering right now.
Okay. Cool. We got you in here for a change. Let's see if we can get RQU on here. KB6RQU. Rick, are you in there tonight? K6MYC in the group on 6-meter Bozo Net. I think Carrie's still here. Carrie, are you still in the shack with the air conditioning on?
That's affirmative. Still here.
Yeah, and you're much stronger now. It's easier, not easier copy, but louder for sure. Any parting comments related to ongoing stuff? I guess a lot of people are thinking this Israeli thing is really heating up, and a lot of people are worried about the fact that Iran has outfoxed the Israelis on the Iron Dome thing, but I think they're going to be really surprised if they think they've outsmarted the Israelis. That doesn't happen very often. Over.
Well, I got plenty of comments for that, but hello, Ken, and how's Gwen?
She's much better. She checked in here tonight just a little while ago, so she's on the mend and a lot stronger, so thank you for that.
Roger. Well, tell her to get better there. Laura's doing real good, so she can't let her outdo her. Tell her.
There you go. They're both gonna end up on the high side together. Good.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, Ken. WA6OIV KC5 DTU. And Mike, I think everything that's happening there is a big distraction from the economy. So watch the economy and don't pay too much attention to what's going on in Israel right now.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a matter of determining which one is the bigger distraction or which one they're trying to distract us from. I think if it was up to the administration, they'd rather have us not know anything and just praise how well Kamala Harris has done keeping the border closed. Over.
Well, that's another distraction there, but people are going to be in for a big surprise when they start going to the ATMs and everything and can't get any money. The banks are going down and they're not telling.
I'm afraid of that too. A lot of that's going to really hurt people.
Yeah, Roger. Again, just watch those distractions, and there's plenty of them out there now. K6NYC, KC5, DTU.
That's for sure. Okay, well, listen, I'll let you go. You still have your little heater dog, don't you? But he's not out there with you, is he?
He's with me in canned form, Mike. He passed away.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. I forgot. God, I'm very sorry. I remember you telling me that. Judy has a little dog like that. He's not here at this point. Well, one of these days he'll come down when her daughter brings the dog down. She's got a couple of pets and a couple of dogs that will probably be joining us here before too long. But her little dog may be similar to yours. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of your little guy. Are you planning on getting some kind of a replacement dog, or do you have one already?
Well, we had two, and one is still going, but I have his urn here in the shack. He's, as I said, he's still with me, but I miss him.
Yeah, I hear you. No, we hear you, and we miss him too. We'll be missing him more when it gets colder, and you're thinking about him as your heater. All right, Carrie, take care. Thank you very much for getting on the net. We've been missing your voice. and your comments and your thoughts and all. And Ken, I'll shoot it over to you, then you can shoot it over to Rob, and I'm not sure who else is in there. I think Aaron's in here as well. But Ken, take it up. WA6OIB in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, very good. K6MYC in the gang, WA6OIB still pointing down south. I probably should spin around. And Aaron, real quick there, are you still there?
Yeah, I can, but you might need to point my direction so I can actually hear you. I am only hearing you through Mike's rig.
Did you hear that, Ken?
No, I'm at the spin around. I can't hear him at all when I got the beam pointed down south. So I'm coming around there. And I had a quick question for you on Friday night. Are you going to need the projector?
Yes, sir. Yeah, because basically I'm going to start with I'm going to have my 705 and show, how to find COM ports and hooking that up to the computer and, how to get your logging software hooked up to a radio and then go on the rabbit hole down from there. So, yeah, I will need the projector.
Great, I'll make sure you have it then. You were saying that you were going to do a lot of stuff with your computer there, and I didn't know how you wanted to handle that. So, okay, good enough. Thank you. Back up to you, Rob. KM6SR on the gang, WA6OIB.
Okay, thanks, Ken. Hey, Aaron, are you going to need the pointer, the laser pointer, over?
That might be helpful, so bring it.
Roger, I'll bring it. And I forget which one, so I'll bring them both there. Anyway, Mike, I wanted to mention to you, I can't wait for this solar thing to come in and get it hooked up. I got my PG&E bill today, and biggest one I've ever had, $1,044, over.
Hey, you and I are par. I got the same thing. I got the biggest one I've ever had, and it's right about that same amount. Gad.
Yep, and part of it is because we don't have our air conditioning upstairs, so we've been having the downstairs one on cooler at night to cool off the upstairs where we sleep, over.
Yeah, where do you keep the thermostat at for that?
We've been putting it at about 75 or 76.
Oh, okay. We've been using 80, 81, nothing below 80, and it's still just driving us crazy. Oh man, biggest I've ever seen. And I looked at the amount, and we're using the same amount and paying almost 3 times the amount.
Yeah, we use quite a bit more kWh than we did last year at this time, but we keep the downstairs one at 75, so the upstairs ends up cooling down to about 83. Over.
Yeah, right. Well, I forgot the angle I was sitting there. Anyway, we're using the same amount of power, but paying 3 times as much, and it's just ridiculous.
Yep, I agree. I can't wait to get that darn solar in. It's going to be a priority 1-1. Over.
Yeah, I wish I could be doing the same thing. We just can't have it here. It's just too expensive to put it in here. The only place I can put it is way out in the pasture, and they want way too much to trench in. So we're kind of stuck.
Well, the trenching shouldn't be bad. Maybe it's all the labor and everything, because you can rent a trencher from Home Depot and probably in half a day get all that trenched, over.
No, you're going through all kinds of pipes, all kinds of irrigation. I got so much irrigation around this place; it's all irrigated up from underground. So they want $70,000 just to trench it.
Yeah. What about on the roofs there somewhere? How about the roof of your shed and stuff? I know you got shade, but you probably got shade everywhere, don't you?
Well, not in the pasture, but yeah, the roof is out because we got big trees all the way around purposely, for the shade, and there's no sun on the roof, almost none whatsoever.
Yeah, bummer.
So I kind of planted my trees and screwed me up. we got lots of roof, but it's all covered.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a shame. I get upset when I get a $200 PG&E bill these days. It's just my little. Well, we're still working out the bugs here, so there's a few hours of the day. Sometimes from 10 o'clock in the night till 8 o'clock in the morning, we run PG&E because we have diddled around with the system and we don't have the batteries charged up where they should be. Or if I run air conditioning, I cannot run all night. Even with the big battery system I got, I can't run all night. Even running the I guess I could get by with one air conditioning system. It pulls me down pretty far. When I run swamp coolers at both ends of the house, it's a piece of cake. We hardly ever drop below 40. Most of the time, it never gets below 50% of batteries. So I got plenty if we just rely on swamp coolers. Over.
Yeah, well, our biggest problem is I'm using the same amount of power, but it's time of use. That's what's really screwing me up. The way that they've configured the tiers and whatnot, it's the worst advantage for us. And they figured it that way so they can get more money. That's my biggest problem. It's a time of use situation. Once I went to that, I was screwed.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I'm sorry that those bills are just brutal. Gives everybody an incentive to get the hell off, but you're, like you say, you're kind of stuck until the only thing you could do maybe in the pasture is, the trenching is still an issue. There must be some other way. What about putting the lines overhead, Ken?
Yeah, well, why don't I just put it all on Wi-Fi?
What?
Put it all on Wi-Fi.
Well, it's hard to carry the current you need from the solar panels on Wi-Fi.
That was my point. Yeah, it's just brutal. And since we got to go through pasture and all that kind of stuff, it's just terrible. I should have thought about it many years ago when we put all this stuff in, and I could have trenched it in easy while we were putting the rest of the stuff in. But I didn't think I'd ever need it. I thought I'd be dead or out of here by then.
Well, again, is there some reason you couldn't go put a bunch of 25-foot poles in there with 20 feet sticking out of the ground and run your PV lines on that?
Oh, yeah, I guess I could. That'd probably be cheaper, and it just looked like the dickens, and Gwen probably go crazy.
Well, maybe not. If you're not, if you place them right, you might find that you can put them on the perimeter or on the edge of a fence line or something where they wouldn't detract from the open view of the pasture. Over.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's nobody's come up with a real good solution, so we're just kind of sitting here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Rob's got his stuff coming, and he should be cooking here pretty quick. It'll take a little while to get all that in, as he knows, but it looks like, by the way, the original 18K controller that we have has a flaw. It was one that was starting to act up, and we thought it was the problem with the controller, but it turned out to be my second air conditioning motor. When it would come on, we had such a huge starting current, it was kicking the system out. Well, we resolved that problem because we timed it different, so we got through that. But this one now is, the other day, we thought we were charging the batteries, and for some reason it was giving an error message. And Frank's got a call into Signature Solar right now. The error message is saying, if you keep getting this error message after doing this, this, and this, then call the factory. So that's where we're at. It seems like something in the unit has failed. And it's not hooking us up to the batteries. It has the battery voltage coming in, but it just says the voltage is too high. No matter what voltage you give it, it says it's too high, and then, of course, it won't charge the batteries. Over.
Always something, huh? Cheapers. Very complicated system. I guess the more complicated it is, there's more room for errors. But, oh well, when it's all working right, it's really slick.
Well, it'll be working right. This was an early controller, and it may have been damaged somewhere along the line with something that we did. I don't think so, and I think it's just a failure, but it's unique. Well, this failure may not be, because they even talk about this potential failure in the manual, and they say if you get this condition, call the factory. So but I'm going to get another one of these KP18s, but the next one, of course, will be at least the current vintage like we have in the house, and we haven't had any problems with that one. Nor I don't think we have any technical problems with the big stuff. It's a little microprocessor control glitches and stuff that are causing the problems in the other unit in the garage. The original unit's the one that's got little mind trips in it that keeps doing weird things. Of course, driving Frank crazy, but in the long run, it's a sort of a bonus because he's learning more about it than he would if he didn't have that problem. Over.
Yeah, R&D on the fly. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna close up here and get on in the house and do a few things. I'm gonna be meeting Phil at 10:30 over on 3636 on 80 meters there. I want to chat with him over there. So anyway, I'll see you guys all later. Thanks for letting me keep it going here. WA60IB.
Okay, very good. If you have fun, say hi to Phil in the morning on 80. I won't be on there with you, but I don't have anything up for 80 at the moment. For some reason, 80 is not enthralling me much anymore. I don't know why. I could put up a wire and be on instantly, of course, but I've got too damn many feed lines coming in the shack as I'm running out of ports. 7-3, Ken, thanks for being in here. It was well good that you could stay in here a little longer with us on 6. And it was nice having you here today with Phil and walking him around a little bit. I'm sure you guys were renewing old friendships, although you didn't have to do much renewing. You've known him for forever, I think. Okay, take care, guys. Rob, over to you. And I think Aaron, you're probably done here as well. I'm not sure who else is in here. Frank was in, but I suspect he kind of bowed out. But are you still here, Frank?
Sweating profusely, but I hung in.
Oh my God! Well, I didn't mean to leave you out here. You were so quiet tonight. I didn't push it over your way. But I'm sure if you had something to add, you probably heard the 2 comments about the bills that these guys have gotten out of their solar systems, over $1,000 each one of them. And it sort of makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it, Frank?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have my struggles and my woes, but I'm not paying anybody else any money.
Except for buying equipment and putting it in. But you're learning a lot in the process, I'm sure. Not that you weren't pretty well tuned up already, but there's all this new stuff with new software mentality. Oh, by the way, speaking of software, the pump... the pool pump did not go off. I finally had to shut the breaker off tonight. It was still running at 6:30. So I went out and checked it. Oh, this thing is still on. I noticed when we were swimming at 3 o'clock it was still on. I thought, oh, that's not right. That's not supposed to be on. The other one went off sometime around that time. About 3:30, the other one stopped, the pool sweep, but the main pump kept running. So you've got something just slightly off, or didn't save a number or something in there. So when you get down, we can look at that tomorrow if it's tomorrow or the next day. 7-3, Frank, W6BBS in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, I just barely got that thing programmed enough to run. I got to go through everything. I'll be down in the morning, Mike.
All righty, we'll see you then, Frank, 7-3. Rob, over to you for a final. I think, Kerry, 73's to you if you're still there. Aaron, 73's to you. Ken, same. Anybody else is still listening, thanks all for being here. I thought with the antennas pointed down toward KB6RQ, if he did come in the shack, we'd get him. But he's been quiet tonight. He probably forgot us. Good night, all. I'm listening out. I can come back for comments, but basically we're through. K6MYC. Go ahead, Rob.
Good night, Frank. Good night, Rob. Good night, Kerry. WE6OIB.
Good night, Ken. WA6RB, KM6SR. Frank, W6BBS. I need a house call ASAPPP. I want to try to get an idea what we want to do, what direction to go here, and your advice would be very helpful. Over.
Okay. Well, what's your schedule next few days?
Well, I'm still working now. I think my last work day is going to be the end of September there. But I work Tuesday through Thursday. So, I can take time off if it fits your schedule. I just want to get your idea on how I want to go about hooking this darn thing up. I've looked it over, and I don't see the other way other than having to interrupt PG&E to get something hooked in there. Over.
Yeah, okay, very good. Not a problem. Do you want to do it Friday morning?
Oh, sure, that'd be fine. Maybe after your septic guy comes, that'd be great.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. That's right. Okay. What time are you getting home in the afternoons?
Well, not quite as late as I used to, but more like 6 o'clock or so, over.
Oh, that's kind of late. Well, we can't do it on Fridays, but I can arrange my schedule to do it anytime. It'd be better to do it in the morning. I could do it like on the way down to Mike's type of thing, but it has to fit your schedule, Rob, so just let me know.
Okay. Looks like maybe next Saturday then would be the soonest, huh?
Yeah, if that's what's good for you.
Yeah, it probably will be. I don't have the equipment yet. They haven't even told me that they've sent it off. They were supposed to get the batteries in at the end of the month and then send off the shipment there, over.
Roger that.
Anyway, I'm more than anxious now, so I got to get this thing going. I got a lot of work to do. Anyway, we'll say good night to everyone there, Carrie and Aaron and whoever else is listening there, KM6SR, going that way.
W6BBS. Good night, everyone.
Well, hello, Frank, and good night, Rob, and everybody. Good hearing everybody. Good to get a chance to get back out here. So 73 stall, and I'm going QRT, KC5, DT.
Yeah, good night, Kerry.
Boy, that's almost like a blast from the past there. Good to hear you on, Kerry. Top of the evening. W6BBS.
Roger, Frank. Okay, good to hear you also. You were awful quiet, so I didn't even know you were in there. W6BBS, KC5, DT.
Good night, Kerry.
Good night, Rob, and hurry up and get that solar. Boy, I tell you, I didn't want to make Ken feel bad. I got a $33 PG&E bill this month.
Ooh, that hurts me, but good for you, over.
Roger. Sometimes I always say God takes care of babies and fools, so I'm not a baby.
Okay, whatever you say. I can't argue with you. Thanks. Good to have you in there, Kerry. KC5DTU, KM6SR, 33.
Why is it so low, Kerry?
Well, we just the solar, and I think it was mainly the gas, Michael.
So you got solar panels on the roof already. You're running solar. You just don't have it on batteries or anything, huh?
That's affirmative.
Yeah, okay. Well, you got it. They got it tuned up just right for you. That's the way it should be. Super. All right. Good news. And keep those bills low. And let's keep PG&E in line. They don't need those $1,000 paychecks from everybody. Good night, all. K6MYC.
Well, I got you guys all beat. My last two PG&E bills have been $0.
How'd you manage that?
Well, twice a year they do this really stupid thing, and they give us that California climate credit nonsense, and it usually wipes out my bill for a couple months because, we're not using as much gas this time of year, and just being connected to the grid is $10, and the credit wipes that out, and I just pay the bill to the solar company, which is usually only about $200. So I'm definitely glad this house came with solar.
Oh, well, you got solar too. Yeah, I didn't remember you had solar on the roof. Yeah, well, the solar systems are doing a job. Out here, I've got such a huge house and stuff. I think I had to do it the way I did. I had solar for many years, but it never did keep up. And my panels are old and yada yada. So I think if I started with new panels, we could probably just about keep up, and I'd have reasonable bills. But I would prefer myself, in my situation up here, to be totally off the grid and innocuous. Good evening, Aaron, and congratulations on $0.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, we have 14 panels. The only downside is I don't own them. It's under a lease, but it's we're not paying PG&E $1,000 a month, so I don't really care. And if we move out of California in a couple of years, we'll just make the new owners of the house pay off the system, and then it won't matter. So, good night, everybody. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
7-3.